And away we go. It is the nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. Visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get yourself down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off their delicious fried chicken, their tendies, their chicken dunkers, awesome sides, cold beverages, fried pickles, and, of course, the always amazing Galactic sauce. Or go to the app and they will deliver pretty much everywhere inside the 275 loop. All right, Aaron, it's Tuesday. It's kind of calm for the most part. That was nice. Something we talked about yesterday on the message board being more nationally reported now that Scott Satterfield is expected to or has added defensive coordinator Brian Brown to his staff from Louisville. Brown also coaches cornerbacks, or that's what he was coaching at Louisville last season. And then quarterbacks coach Pete Thomas also joining Satterfield from Louisville. So like I said, those are some things we talked about on the message board yesterday and came to fruition today. If you're not a BCJ member, 50% off right now for an annual subscription. And if you're a monthly member, you can also upgrade to 50% for a year off. So make sure you are checking that out as well. Portal today. Well, we did get a sad piece of news today, Aaron.
We did.
It made me sad.
Of course it made you sad. He's like...
Viscerally, it made me sad.
BFF for L.
Josh Wiley will not play in the bowl game. Fight back the tears.
Do you guys have like matching bracelets or anything? Like friendship bracelets or...
We have matching shirt. Like I wore the Wiley hoodie that he had on in the announcement. I had to...
If you were a real one, you would have bought something of his NIL.
That's not to say I don't, but I'm not giving him the pleasure of wearing that on a show. I ain't getting no ducats off that. He ain't cut me a check. I gave him a BCJ hat, and I've never seen him wearing it.
He peed on it.
Probably did pee on it. But anyhow, not hard to figure out over the years that Josh and I had a great kind of little back and forth, a really good friendship. I got to know his mom and his dad. We went to the fundraiser for his niece who's battling cancer, and we helped out with that. And one of those guys, like as you do this, sometimes things click. Last year was, AP and his family. I got really close to them. And Josh this year and Kevin Huber, just families that kind of have been Bearcat Journal members and have come up and thanked us for the coverage. And you kind of just develop a relationship. They're at Higher Ground for Family Day, and you see them at games. And I know like the Hubers ran the parents tailgate that we've walked by a million times and said hi to everybody. Josh will go down as maybe the in terms of like touchdowns and yards and one of the top 2 or 3 tight ends in program history.
Certainly the most decorated, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you look at Travis's career, Travis didn't have a great career at UC. Like he came on late and exploded a little bit at the end, and then elevated that into, the greatest tight end career in the history of the NFL.
The only one who would come close to being as decorated as him would have been Josiah, right?
Yeah, because Josiah was utilized about as much as Josh was over a long period of time. So I'm gonna miss Josh. Like I'm gonna miss all the little jokes back and forth and us saying things to each other that would probably get us both canceled. If it was ever said in public, and the looks that guys on the team would give when I'd say something crazy to him, and they'd be like, he can't talk to you like that. Or Josh would say something crazy to me, and they'd be like, you can't talk to the media like that. And then everybody would get a laugh. That's a dude I'm literally him and Malik. Like if Malik, I don't know what Malik's plans are yet. Him and Malik are two guys that I will deeply miss seeing around this program because they were the ones that kicked it off, man. They were the ones that kicked off this entire 5-year stretch with their commitments that kind of signaled that things were changing. Blind faith because that team was not good in year one of the Fickle era, and sticking it through, and it did hit me a little bit when I saw that from him. I expected it. Like this is a guy that broke his foot with 2 minutes left in the Cotton Bowl in a game they weren't going to win, and it cost him his chance to be in the NFL at this time last year. So that part sucks, and I will miss Josh deeply. Also, Jaden Thompson enters the transfer portal. I get it. That one's frustrating because I do think Jaden was on track to having a really special UC career.
Sure.
We saw him scratching the surface this year. The kickoff return for a touchdown, his first career touchdown where he just juked like six guys completely out of their shoes. I still think my joke about that was outstanding. The cha-cha slide to the left, slide to the right, 2 hops this time. Everybody clap your hands as he's running to the end zone. I wish we could have done that. I wish I was savvy enough to put the video to that because he jumped left, then he jumped right, then he reversed, and then everybody clapped their hands. I'm not that savvy, unfortunately. Thoughts on Jaden in the portal? Thoughts on Josh shutting it down?
I mean, we'll see Josh on Sundays, so I don't think he'll be a stranger as far as to the watching eyes, and just be more plays for me to put hashtag Bearcats in the NFL, which I'm good with. Jaden, of course, him being as highly touted as he was a recruit, and again, to your point, like who knows at this point what's going on with Trey Tucker or with Tyler Scott. There was certainly room for him to emerge as a major power piece of this offense going forward.
I think he would have, even if Trey Tucker and Tyler Scott were back.
Sure.
I think he was on that trajectory where you could have had. Trey Tucker's gone. I think he's going to the Senior Bowl.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He's done.
But I mean, he certainly provides a different element than either of them did, just with his build and with his shiftiness.
A little more shifty,
right? So I mean,
shake.
We'll see. Obviously, this whole team is going to be completely revamped anyway, from everything that we are accustomed to seeing. So
we've only seen 5 or 6 guys enter the portal.
I got the portal pulled up right now on 24/7. But you also had
Co.
Yeah, Ryan Coe, Jaquan Shepard.
Yeah. JoJo Bermudez. JQ. Luther doesn't get him out of here. Get him out of here. So look, there's SEC schools with 15 guys in the portal right now. 20 guys, so I think this shows that they're at least giving Coach Satterfield a chance to see what he has to say and see, what they think of the new regime. So I think that's good.
I think the most outspoken person still so far has been Dante Corleone. Just making sure everyone knows, hashtag all in.
Ivan Pace, 24/7 and CBS named him a first-team All-American.
Beast.
No surprise. And Dante Corleone, the days are named College Football Focus, I think the freshman first-team All-American.
Right.
So I don't know what day it was. I don't know what day it is. So
Tuesday.
I'm just oh really? Tuesday. Huh.
PTP.
How about that? I don't know. I don't have a ton else on the football side. The commits are being contacted by the new staff, hopefully by later in the week. we will have a list of how many of those guys are going to be on campus for an official visit this weekend. Nick Oliveira, whatever, however you say it.
Yeah.
Don't have to ever say it again. He is committed to
Rutgers.
Rutgers. So
Yep.
That's the house cleaning on the football side. And we're probably every 2 days.
As they're cleaning house.
Yeah. Every 2 days, we're probably going to have this talk. Basketball press conference with Wes Miller. It is shootout week.
It is.
In honor of Paul Doherty, who is no longer with the Inquirer. He's still with us physically, but he's no longer writing for the Inquirer. I have to ask you, Aaron, do you think the shootout has lost its luster? He wrote that column every year, so in honor of him.
I don't miss P-Doc at all. That said, no, I thought it was interesting that Wes, after having been at the shootout last year, he still compares it to any rivalry that he's ever been a part of, including North Carolina Duke, as far as what it means to the community and to the people who support both programs. Obviously, this one, he's not seen a Crosstown Shootout in Cincinnati, as there hasn't been one in front of fans since 2018 because Xavier did us dirty during the COVID year and all of the things that were negotiated through that. Just despicable, if you ask me. But
what are you going to do? You drew the short straw on that one.
I have a platform. I have a platform where I'm allowed to call them despicable. So it didn't seem the very Jesuit thing to do.
It was not, but never mind.
Just saying.
I'm already going to have them riled up enough later in this week as I get my brain kind of turned to shootout mode. It's been a lot. That's why I was jokingly asking if the shootout has lost its luster, because we've been busy focusing on the hiring of a football coach.
Whole different type of ball.
Right. But I think as the week gets going, and I think the fear is, and look, I get it. I think the fear right now from the UC side is the two teams we've watched play this year, Xavier has played better. I think we've touched on this a little bit.
At the same time, though, I mean, if you get all three guys going between DeJulius and Landers and Jeremiah Davenport, and if Vic is doing Vic things and continues to level up each and every game, he should be at, you said, I think last time he was level 7. So let's go level 8.
Yeah.
Let's see what level 8 looks like against Xavier. Let's go.
Jeremiah had some a new accessory that he was wearing today as a result of the Bryant game.
The mask.
Yeah, a little mask action. Took a little shot to the nog or the noodle or the nose, whatever you want to. What word am I looking for here?
Are we too old if we make Jim Carrey mask references?
Yes. I was going to do it, but I'm not.
Somebody stop me.
Smoking. So yeah, I think
like 1989.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see the mask on Saturday, but he practiced today. Looked fine. Just clearly took a shot in the Bryant game. And dude, I heard that the kid from Bryant is still in the hospital.
That's crazy.
He had the
pneumonia.
Flu. It was
pneumonia.
The flu. Well, it was the flu that I guess has turned to
pneumonia.
Yeah.
1994. Jim Carrey.
I was a junior in high school.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Good flick. Junior in high school.
1994, I was 10.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game. Let me ask you this, and we'll probably get into it. Like I would guess by Thursday we'll do a little shootout nightcap, like shootout centric nightcap.
If you're listening, be ready, Berg.
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk. Berg can't handle the shootout. You can't talk to Berg during shootout week. We have to lock him in a cage during shootout week. He has said some stuff during shootout week.
That's become bulletin board material.
Lock him in the cage. Do not put a mic in front of him. You guys know I love Burke. Just having some fun. Are you surprised? Like the Ken Palm analysis says that it's Xavier's favored by 2. Yeah.
That yes, absolutely. I'm surprised, but again, I think that this team lives and dies by the 3. There's no doubt about that. And your big 3 here between, like I said, Nolly and DeJulius and Davenport. If you get all 3 of them going, and you have contributions coming in from Vic and Mike Adams Woods and
Dan and Josh.
Yeah, I mean, even if Hensley continues on his, he's kind of done a little of this so far this season. It hasn't been crazy peaks and valleys, but he's done a little of this. So we'll see where we're at if he can continue the upward trajectory from the last game. But yeah, I mean we've had a game where 6 guys have scored in double digits, so 2, almost 3 double doubles. These guys can put up points. They've flirted with 100 a couple different times now. So I don't expect it to be a 100-point game. I don't think it's going to be anything like what happened in Maui. But I think that this one, I think you'll get it. It'll certainly be chippy, as it always is. We'll see what kind of game the refs are going to call early on. And I don't know. I mean, anything can happen in the shootout.
Yeah, we've seen it. Maybe it's time for the plucky underdog Cincinnati Bearcats to jump up and get the feared, mighty Xavier Musketeers.
Maybe.
All right, that should do it. We'll see you next time. Thanks to our sponsor, Galactic Fried Chicken. This is the Nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!